the backpack. I give you my check in the podium. 1, 2, my check, my check. No, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mason, you roll in this round 766 for the presser? 766. This is a. Uh huh. Yes. My. This is a wildfire updated in New Jersey. Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye bye.
One. I turned it off for a minute to get her rest. I'm going to go back up.
There was a smoke, but the wind picked it up. Wood away, I should say.
Are you good? With one copy, one tea, one word. I'll take it over to you.
Is that your table?
Anyone need a fresh piece on the glass today?
There's enough trees. You got to take the paper too. Better for my own.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm in no, I'm a WA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Space Marine girl. Okay. Her husband has his and I went to where did the Really? Hey, Jenga. You just been Jenga. Ivan, mira. Yes, sir. The organized wire. And after they put it up, like, yeah, he said he
It's too late.
it's too late.
We're good to go. We're good to go that way, right?
Yes, no voting.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Seven microphones, two light stands.
Manually or what?
You guys gonna be able to hear me back here?
Sure.
Your podium.
But
My notes.
face the other way, though.
So we have.
Yes, I did. Was first the document here actually kicks it into the manhole, the main posting down again, makes it express conference, and accepted start and the mic behind me, so it is starting to get it in the floor. And it does, it will be great. The wildfire, the door back again, so wildfire, over it. After the fire started. Now the good news that we can report today is despite what you're seeing right now, progress is being made to end the fire. New Jersey Forest Fire Service tells us there will be no need to issue any more mandatory evacuation. A sigh of relief for those who were forced to leave their homes on Tuesday. Now, we spoke to a woman who reflected on the day she had to leave her home for 17 years.
Yeah, right now we're standing by it.
And again, the press conference is expected to start next Tuesday. We are expecting to get an update on that arrest. Of course, the latest evidence on the fire. Again, the mics are ready, so speakers should be coming up. The end of the press conference starts. Again, it will be now 5 minutes to count for second.
Hey guys. The chief would very much like to use a podium because he has multiple things that he's holding, and he's asking if it would be better for your shots if we could lift the mic stand a bit and he could bring his podium right up close to it, or would it be better if we have it over here because
You can put it right behind the stand.
he wants to use the podium.
Well, at this point, we
Yeah,
swap.
I think if you put the podium behind
We
the
swap.
mic, so
We swap because we need time.
Okay.
Okay? All right, bring it in, bro. You win. Uh-oh. All right, let's split this. All right. Slide it over. To the left, to the left.
How many photogs does it take now?
We are monkeys, bro.
No matter what.
Hey, one of us is an actual reporter.
Who's got in my back?
Took off the wrong one.
I was really disappointed. That was my whole goal.
Bring it closer.
Where did this come from?
Bring it close. Wait a minute.
Oh, do you want to?
Uh-oh, did you break it?
Well, I lifted it and part of it moved.
We gotta bring it closer, guys.
Bring it up.
Yeah, bring
You
it
got the
up.
top on?
Be careful, guys. This was $42,000.
Under a state contract?
With the new
Let me
administration.
open that, sir.
Well, Elon money don't like this.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Where you
Thank you.
going? I don't want to.
The picture's on cable.
Oh, I see. Because you got the C.
My sister's gonna laugh her.
You know?
Be prepared, right?
See?
Because I showed her the Jenga tower.
What's the tower?
She was like, I love the teamwork.
I'm a little bummed we're not going to do the Jenga tower, man.
I know.
I was really
Yeah.
a lot of creation of that light stand provided 755 jobs.
All right, guys.
Where's the cable?
Can we turn right there?
That's mafia. That's mafia. Sure. All right. You got it? I didn't touch it. You move it.
We all texted.
Uh-uh.
1, 2, 3.
My check, everyone. My check. We're here today to offer $1 million.
You hear it?
Every
Check,
single
1, 2,
person.
3.
Hello? Hello? We good? 1, 2, my
Mic
check.
check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
For balance? We're good? Don't get excited. Oh, shit.
You need me to check you?
No, please. My check. Yes, please. 1, 2, check, check, check. My check, my check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, check, check.
Now in Sanskrit.
Sounds good, right?
Very good. I don't know. Is that your earshot? Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You got it? Ah, see, that's how good the headphones are. All right.
You're good, brother.
CTA, what do you think?
Let me find out because I just want to see if I can know somebody.
Now it's coming again.
Oh, yeah. That's rocking. All right.
I decided by club deadlines that you just had to run something past somebody and
I just wanted to give them a quick ETA if I said maybe 10 minutes.
I think that's more than
How's it going, everyone? Good afternoon. Thanks for being out here again today. I'm quickly just going to go through who's going to be speaking, spell names, titles, stuff like that for you guys. So we're going to start off with Bill Donnelly. Bill is B-I-L-L, Donnelly, D-O-N-N-E-L-L-Y. Bill is the chief of the New Jersey Forest Fire Service. After Bill's done, Bradley Billheimer. Bradley, B-R-A-D-L-E-Y, Billheimer, B-I-L-L-H-I-M-E-R, who is the Ocean County prosecutor. Then after that, Ben Laparo, who is the Ocean Township mayor, will say some words. Ben, B-E-N, Laparo, L-O-P-A-R-O. Then finally, Peter Curatolo, who's the mayor of Lacey Township. Peter, P-E-T-E-R, Curatolo, C-U-R-A-T-O-L-O. And then after we will take questions, we will start from the left and go to the right. Without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to the Chief of the Forest Fire Service, Bill Donnelly.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for coming. So, I'm going to brief you on where we stand today as of 4 p.m. The fire is 15,200 acres, and we're still at 50% containment. Today's work included securing our control lines and our containment lines. We did that with 10 engines from the Forest Fire Service, along with some bulldozers and water tenders. We also had the privilege of having 2 Black Hawk helicopters here from the National Guard. They were assisting our aerial forces. So, again, kudos to the Air National Guard. Thank you for all your support. As it stands now, we have 4 structures still threatened. Those structures are on the other side of Wells Mills Road, and they are out in the forest. We have resources out there continuing to monitor the process of the fire and the progress, and hopefully sometime tomorrow they will no longer be threatened. So a lot of folks are still seeing smoke. A lot of the smoke has to do with the interior burning that is occurring within our containment lines. This is a good thing. The fire is consuming the unburned fuels, and once that's completed and those unburned fuels burn up, we should see the smoke subside. Now you're going to see little smokes along the road and things like that there, and when you do, you know, our folks are going out there and they're mopping them up. So this is probably going to continue, at least burning little fires and some smoke, up till we get the rain that's forecasted for Saturday. So, you know, folks need not worry. Those big smoke columns are a good thing. You know, our objective is to remove all the unburned fuel within our containment line. So we see that occurring. Just something here that we want to mention. We've had a lot of drone activity in the area. We need folks to please stop flying drones in the area. When these drones are flying, we're unable to fly, and therefore if we're unable to fly, the helicopters are not able to, you know, put the hot spots out. Our observation helicopters not able to be in the air, keeping an eye on the fire's progress. So it's important that we get the message out there that there are no drones. Going forward, the plan is, it was today. You know, we're going to have resources out here 24 hours a day. We're going to continue to monitor the interior where the fuel's being burned up, and we will continue to mop up along the roads and highways. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Prosecutor Billheimer. Come on up.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to start off by thanking the fire service for facing the podium towards the sun. I want to acknowledge, I had a conversation with DEP Commissioner Sean LaTourette this morning. He apologizes that he couldn't attend today. I want to thank him for his cooperation. I want to commend Chief Donnelly and the Fire Service Commission, the State Fire Service, for their cooperation, for their help and their collaboration. This is certainly a massive event, and without their assistance, we would be at a loss for sure. I also want to acknowledge the Ocean County Sheriff's Office, the New Jersey State Police, the Ocean County Sheriff's Office Crime Scene Investigation Unit, all of our local police departments, specifically Waretown, Chief Rogalski, that's Ocean Township for those of you that are not familiar. Chief Rogalski is standing behind us, Chief Carroll from Barnegat Township, and Chief Kenny from Lacey Township specifically. I want to acknowledge their mayors, their leadership. I want to thank their officers for their diligent help. I want to acknowledge our Ocean County Prosecutor's Office Major Crime Unit, our Arson Environmental Squad, who have worked closely with detectives from Waretown to arrest an individual, as you're all aware. We have made an arrest. We'll get to that in a minute. I just want to acknowledge all the people behind me, all the people that have done the work to bring this defendant to justice. I want to thank all of our EMS, all of our fire service personnel, all of our volunteers that have been out here working tirelessly to keep our residents safe. The patience of the community, I want to thank everyone that was evacuated, those that lost power. It's been a trying 3 or 4 days, and our communities have responded. All the local police departments that responded with mutual aid, I want to thank them for their assistance. It really makes Ocean County a special place. I want to thank the Ocean County Board of Commissioners for their support. They've been fantastic to us, and I know everybody wants to get to really the press release that was issued this morning, so we can do that now. I should probably start by saying this is an ongoing and active investigation, so there's some details that I will not be able to discuss here publicly, as we're still tying up some loose ends on this investigation. But we did arrest a 19-year-old young man from Waretown. His name is Joseph Kling. We believe he is the person responsible for starting this fire, and we intend to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. As for that, I'm sure you might have some questions.
How did you identify him as a suspect?
We used some investigative techniques that I don't necessarily want to disclose at this time, but some technological advances, I can say publicly, that we were able to place him at the scene, and we have some witness statements that corroborate that. Can somebody go, like,
Jimmy, here's your turn.
who's in charge?
How confident are you that this was intentionally set rather than an accidental starting of a fire, and how do you know that?
Very confident.
Has he admitted to it?
I can't discuss that at this time. I'm sorry.
Is he unhoused, sir? Can you discuss his living circumstances? Whether
He
he's
lives, yeah, no, he lives in a home.
Mr. Prosecutor, there is a video out of him with a group of individuals suggesting it might have been that night. You can see a bonfire in the back. Is that from that event that night?
We're in receipt of that video. We have that video. We're going to track it down, but we do not believe that it was from the night before the fire or the night of the fire. If you notice, just from first blush, they're wearing, hoodies. It looks like it was a lot colder out. But we have a high-tech crime unit at the prosecutor's office. We're going to track that video down, and we'll be able to tell you in the future.
Could you talk about the origin of the fire?
Why don't we just go from left to right? Maybe somebody
We still
could.
got some other chiefs that have to talk.
Oh, we have more people. We're not even doing questions yet.
Yeah.
I started too soon. We have more people that are going to speak, and we'll get to you. I'm sorry, I overstepped.
All right,
Who am I supposed to introduce?
Lacey Township Mayor.
Lacey Township Mayor, come on up.
Waretown Mayor.
Waretown Mayor.
Waretown Mayor.
I apologize. Oh, that's, we got right into it.
Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate you being here. On behalf of myself and the entire Township Committee of Waretown, Township of Ocean, we extend our deepest gratitude and heartfelt thanks to everyone who responded to the Jones Fire incident. There we go. At the peak of the incident, we had over 4,000 people evacuated from Waretown. Our police department, our EMS, helped all the seniors in senior villages and apartments get out very safely and swiftly. My family is one of those who evacuated also. All roads are now open. All evacuation orders are all lifted. The fire still goes on, if you heard before. I won't say that again. We're grateful to our dedicated first responders here in our township, as well as the neighboring communities and partners. Our state, local, and county partners, we're very grateful for all their assistance. Police departments, fire companies, first aid squads, dispatchers, New Jersey Forest Fire Service, Ocean County, and state agencies, as well as many others. I'd like to acknowledge our Chief, Michael Rogowski, Ocean County Prosecutor Bradley Billmeyer, New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Commission Sean LaTourette, and their departments on their thorough and extensive investigation and apprehension of the arsonist in the Jones Road fire. Again, on behalf of myself and all the residents of Waretown, please accept our sincere appreciation for everyone's services who helped our town out. We acknowledge your continued support regarding the Jones Road fire. On a personal note, I'd also like to thank our clerk and administrator, Diana Ambrosio, for her tireless efforts in helping us through this event, as well as our Chief Rogowski. Thank you. Don't ask me questions. Yeah.
All right, Lacey Township Mayor.
Good afternoon, and again, I would like to echo some of the sentiments from our neighbors to the south in Waretown, Ocean Township. But for the efforts, and I'm going to talk to you first just as a dad, not a mayor, the efforts of the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office and Prosecutor Bill Heimer in not only protecting us, but the efforts that he puts out in our schools for prevention. I'm grateful on many, many levels, again, as a municipal leader and a dad, so I'm grateful. The response that we have received here in Ocean County, in particular in Lacey Township, has been nothing short of stellar. I can still report to you, as 14,000 acres have been burned, we have not had one loss of life, we have not had one loss of single-family structure in Lacey Township, and we haven't even had a report of an injury by any of our first responders. So the way that our police chief, Chief Kenny, our township committee, our administrator LeRae, with the support of our 9th District and Senator Romano, Assemblyman Rumpf, Assemblyman Meyer, and our neighboring mayors. When I tell you my phone was blowing up, Pete, what do you need? Pete, how can we help you? Through OEM, mutual service aid, it was overwhelming, and the results are we lost no one. We lost no single-family homes. We did lose a major business in our town, a fine family business. We're working with that business, and we're grateful to everyone who has outreached us. There was a question about the homeless population. I can tell you with certainty, being a county employee, that our county takes very seriously the situation of unhomed individuals, and the Board of Social Service has no shortage of resources to help those individuals at every level. When it gets too hot out, we have cooling centers. It gets too cold out, we have warming centers. So those individuals are being cared for, and per our chief, none of those individuals were injured, which is great. What's the tragedy? The tragedy is a loss of 14,000 acres of natural wildlife refuge. We have Popcorn Park Zoo in the western part of our town. That's an animal sanctuary. I'll be talking with them shortly. I was going door to door. Just like, this is what you do in these times. And you rely on the people with a larger scope of oversight behind you, and you're very grateful for it when you receive it. So to all of you that help get this message out, if anyone has questions, the last thing we want in an incident command structure is to have somebody flying around hot on a rumor mill. For my town, LaceyTownship.org, I have a prepared statement there, pathways for interventions if you need help. The DEP website is on there, the Ocean County Health Department website is on there. It talks about air quality standards and issues and what you do if you're experiencing some breathing trouble. And again, to everyone behind me, so grateful, heartfelt thanks, and God bless all of you.
All right, now we'll do questions. Like I said, we're going to go from left to right. Wayne, anything? Okay. CBS, anything?
Do you guys have any concerns about containment around the nuclear power plant?
No, we have fire which has burned right up to the nuclear plant. However, that fire is out, best we can tell, and we are keeping folks in the area to continue to monitor that. So in the event anything should start to smoke or smolder, we'll have resources in place to deal with it immediately.
All right, going down the line.
This is for
Trish?
For the prosecutor, and I think somebody may have asked this before, but do you believe that Kling acted alone? Is there the possibility that anyone else could be charged in connection with that?
As I said prior, it's an ongoing investigation. I wouldn't rule out anything, so obviously that would be a possibility.
Can you say if he was with anybody else at the time?
I can't say at this time. I'm sorry, and I don't want to keep repeating it, but I don't want to compromise the hard work of the men and women behind me and the integrity of investigation at this time. We're still going to go left to right, so we already went left. We're going left again.
I should check on his story, but
You said that you're very confident that he set this intentionally. Is there a motive behind why he would do something like that?
I'm not prepared to discuss a motive at this time, nor does the state have to prove what the motive is. We can just confidently say that we think the fire was set intentionally.
Prosecutor,
We're all the way to the right now. That means we're all done.
News 12 is
Who's in charge of
you
this?
referenced the video you're in receipt of. Do you know that Kling is the one seen in the video?
We know from the same way you know, just by looking at it, it looks like Kling. But the information we received is that that's probably from a much earlier time, maybe in the fall.
And for the thousands who were inconvenienced by this, power outages, frightened, they had to evacuate, is there a message to them now that you are accusing somebody of, doing this on purpose and inconveniencing thousands? What is this message to them?
Absolutely. I want to thank them for their patience, and I can tell you that I was one of the thousands without power for 24 hours. I want to talk to JCP&L, but they're not here. I thank them for their patience, and I ask them to trust the process and let us complete our investigation, and we will hold the person or persons responsible accountable.
Right. Just going back to the video.
Yes, sir.
In that video, I know you guys can't comment too much on it, but there does appear to be a bonfire in that video. Are you guys looking at any sort of connection if Kling allegedly was part of a group that just would do these bonfires regularly? Is that something that
We'll certainly look into that. If you saw the video, there's a bunch of people in that video. We're going to work to identify those people, get a time and date on that video, and our high-tech crime unit is already working on that.
is the area where the fire is believed to have started, is it open to the public?
Well, the forest is technically not. I mean, it's a public land, I guess you would say.
True, but it's dusk till dawn, so nobody
Yeah.
should be back there in the dark.
Yeah.
On fish and wildlife property.
There you go.
All right, so I think we still got to go this way.
So, on the charge, it just said aggravated arson and arson. Are there any degrees to that, or is there something in New Jersey law that says it's just arson, or it's just...
No, that's a good question. The first charge is aggravated arson. That's a second-degree crime punishable by up to 10 years in prison. The second charge is just a straight arson. That's a third-degree crime punishable by 3 to 5 years in prison.
Sir, without going into...
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Oh, that's okay. Thank you. Go back to the left.
There we go. We should finish the left.
With regard to where he lives and the location of the fire, can you talk about the distance from his home to how deep into the forest the fire was actually set?
The fire wasn't set. I can't talk about the relation to where he lives. I can tell you that he did live in a home. His parents live in the home as well. But the fire was not set that far back into the forest.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep going left. Anybody?
Going back to the family situation at the home, there's been reports that Kling might have been with people and that someone with him at the time actually set the fire as opposed to him. Is that something you guys have seen in your investigation looking into, or you guys are certain that he's the sole suspect?
Well, like I said, it's an ongoing investigation, and we're certainly open to charging individuals that we think are responsible for setting the fire. Right now, at this time, we're confident that Joseph Kling started the fire.
When and where was he taken into custody?
He was taken into custody yesterday, I believe, in Waretown, at the police station, then transported to the Ocean County Jail. Yesterday afternoon, late in the afternoon.
Did he turn himself in?
No, we went and arrested him.
Was he, the fire, when you guys found it, could you say with definitely that it wasn't like a fire that was lit to enjoy and then it continued burning, that they just didn't extinguish, or was it lit on purpose to burn down the apartment?
I can't comment on that at this time. It was lit on purpose, obviously. Going to the right.
We good?
I think you're it.
All right. Question for the state.
Prosecutor.
The fire was 35 acres in size when it started.
Well, that's not true. When it started, the fire was about that big, I'm sure. And then it went undetected for...
Once the state put out a message that we are the fire, and then I believe one of the first messages was about 35, under 100 acres.
Okay.
And then it ballooned to about 15,000. Is there a way, or looking back, obviously it was 2020, but is there a way to look back and be like, is there something we could have done differently? Do you think that stuff was just happening too quickly? Why did
Who's
it
we?
get from hundreds of acres to thousands?
Well, the fire behavior on that particular day, following the fire being started, became very chaotic. You'll notice the winds started to blow, humidity was down, so the fire began to rapidly spread. And for those of you who weren't here yesterday, New Jersey has some of the most volatile wildland fuels in the country. So once a fire like that gets established, there's no actual catching it, if you will. You try to head it off at the pass, and we do that with some backfiring and trying to build a containment line ahead of it. And we just could not get far enough ahead of this fire based on its behavior that we were able to actually keep it in check. So the Forest Fire Service, us, you, me, there was nothing else we could do. That fire, we did everything we possibly could to try to stop that fire. And that fire only stopped when it was good and ready. And we saw that. It ended on the other side of, east side of Route 9. And that's basically because it ran into some water.
Prosecutor, I think a lot of people thought it was remarkable that you had an arrest so quickly in a fire this large. Could you give us just a high-level explanation of some of the technology that might be behind some of this investigation, and maybe what the fire origin scene looked like to the eye?
I can't speak to the fire origin scene. I'll leave that to the experts and our arson detectives that were out there, and of course the State Fire Service. The first part of your question was?
Just a higher level explanation of the technology.
Well, the technology is the men and women you see behind me. These are the men and women that did the investigation, that were able to follow some leads. There was some technology that was involved, the GPS coordinates we were able to establish, and that really led us to Joseph Kling and some of the witnesses that we were able to find. But that's the technology. I can't go into it much further, though. But I appreciate the question. It's a good question. We've done the left. You're all the way on the left again. Eric, do you have anything?
No, I was just going to ask you, with regard to the fire,
Mm-hmm.
it looked when the fire started that it was going to move east.
Right.
And I could see it coming from where I was. What made the fire go north? What towards Lacey County?
That's a question for
Well,
you, Chief.
that most of that is dependent on the fuel load, but specifically the wind direction. Once a fire gets established and starts to burn in a manner that it was, believe it or not, a fire like that starts to create its own weather, through convection. And as that fire goes up, it pulls air in from underneath and just explosion, if you will. So at that point, it goes in almost a 360-degree angle. So with that being said, our folks were trying to come down this road, and we had a couple spots, because you have to stay with this fire the whole time we're moving along, trying to keep up with it. And we just weren't able to keep up with it that day because of just how erratic the fire behavior was.
We were able to see video of a state forest fire truck being driven away on a tow truck. Was there damage to state property, fire trucks, or other?
Yes, we had quite a few of our trucks were damaged, believe it or not. The fire's hot, and our guys are right there, guys and girls are right there, right next to the fire, doing everything they can to put it out or knock it down, slow it up. So our trucks take abuse during these type of events. We burnt the engine out of one truck, caught on fire. We melted some door panels, our door stickers. We melted some mirrors, cracked some glass. So, the trucks take a lot of abuse, but that's what we design them for. That's those guys' lifeline. They know how to use them, and occasionally that kind of stuff happens.
So there were no injuries associated with those events?
Not that I'm aware of, no. No injuries to any first responders, any members of the Forest Fire Service. The ones who were lucky they didn't get injured were the police officers out there dodging traffic, because that was a pretty crazy environment out there. So those were the guys that needed to keep their head on a swivel, that's for sure.
One more, probably know what you're going to say, but apologies if you answered this already. Don't want to get into the semantics of it, but are you saying he intentionally set the fire to start a wildfire, or he intentionally set it to be a bonfire?
I didn't say he intentionally set it to be a wildfire. I said we're confident that he intentionally set a fire, to be clear.
Set a fire.
Correct.
Okay. So you're not saying you're not saying the motive, you're just saying that he did it, or he started the fire.
We know that he started the fire.
Gotcha.
We're confident in that.
Prosecutor, is there a message here to anyone else who might be using the Pine Barrens here?
Absolutely.
Obviously it's a lot of fuel out there. What's the message in this arrest?
The message in this arrest and the message for everybody, and instead of going on social media and looking at these videos of a bonfire from maybe 2 or 3 months ago, is to have a conversation with your kids that starting a fire out in the woods when the conditions are dry and in the forest could lead to widespread damage, loss of life, loss of property, and potentially criminal charges. It's a very dangerous thing, and you know, we were taught as kids not to play with fire, but starting a fire in a forest is such a dangerous thing. And all these men and women behind me, all the ones that are still out there working on this fire, you're putting their lives at risk, you know, and it's a very dangerous thing, and it'll be taken very seriously, not just in Ocean County, but in any jurisdiction in New Jersey. Oh, so close.
For anyone else for the fact, but the evacuation was chaotic, and there was standstill traffic on Route 9, obviously the parkway shut down. Is there a solution, or going forward, is there a better way maybe, or is this the way for evacuations in this type of environment?
I'm not sure that that's a question for me, but you have to, I guess, understand what a massive undertaking it is to relocate and evacuate people from their homes. I don't know that any roadway or any system of travel is going to be equipped to handle that many travelers. I know my wife and my daughter took an hour and a half to get home that day with fair warning that there was a fire. So I certainly understand, but I don't know if anybody else wants to speak to that. Any of our elected officials? We have a mayor stepping up.
Regarding the evacuation, we had 4,000 people. Lacey had 3,000?
Yep.
We're evacuating 7,000 people. Route 9 closed both ways. Parkway closed both ways. You do the best you can. No one thought of this scenario. You could not get out of Waretown to Barnegat, which is the next town. Traffic was stopped, and our chief did a stellar job of redirecting the traffic, having the state reopen the parkway so everyone can evacuate south. Without that, people would be still on Route 9. But there's this kind of circumstance you can't prepare for. It was like preparing for Sandy. We couldn't do it either. So they all did an outstanding job, especially our police officers and sheriffs directing traffic. It was hell out there. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
We're good?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you, brother.
I thought you were going to get it in there. That really
Sí, sí, todo eso quedó igual y dice que prácticamente no juego, pero a propósito.
Yeah, no, you can fly. No matter if far, you can keep flying. I don't know. I didn't look at you after well. We're prepared for this. For me, he was going to be like 10 o'clock
It's like, this is all 10 o'clock. It's all 10 o'clock. The boss right now. We have I get okay. I don't know. I mean,
Well, you figure that out. I'm gonna.
now let's go. Come on, it's done. All right.
Sorry.
How you guys doing? Done. Is this trailer staying here for a while? Oh.
7 is our.
Yeah, we just need it back for a last shot.